Alright, this is my Flamvell Assault Mode deck. Starting with the monsters, I've got 3 Flamvell Fire Dogs. They help me fish out for my Flamvell Magicians, and I use these to sink into level 8s, particularly Stardust, but depends on the situation. Then I've got 2 Archers, which are also good to help me sink out. Sometimes I'll use their effect if I'm in a tight situation. I've got 2 Babies, which are also good to help me pull out Mistworm if I need it, and their effect also comes in handy from time to time. I have 2 Poons, Pawns, say it however you want to. Yeah, if you notice they're all DT, because it's nice like that. These guys are good for searching out, but also being level 1 gives them a lot of sinking potential. Then I've got 1 Summoner Monk, who is awesome for pulling out Stardust. You just get Summoner Monk, 1 spell, got your level 8 right there. 3 Assault Beasts, because they help search for Assault Mode Activate, which is a necessity in this deck. And then of course, Stardust Assault Mode. I'm only running 2 because if 1 gets pitched, or if it's in your hand, then you're kind of stuck, and 3 is just too many and it clouds up the hand. Next we have spells. Run 3 Rekindlings, never a dead draw, and they help me bring back Flamvell Magician, Flamvell Fire Dog, any combination of them. I'll go into that in a second. 3 Book of Moons. They do help me protect my monsters when I need to sink out or get assault mode on the field, but I try to use them mostly to flip down one of their tuners, and that way I can stop them from sinking for one of their monsters. It's also good for Fire Dog because I flip down one of theirs and run it over with the Fire Dog, and that helps me pull out the Magician faster. 1 Assault Teleport. Sometimes I take it out, and whenever I don't play with it, I always get Stardust in my hand right away, and I'm stuck. But I wouldn't recommend running more than 1. Dark Hole, obviously, just a staple. And the same with Monster Reborn. Another staple, and he's also good for bringing out another Stardust. Now we have Traps. I've got DP. My friends keep advising me I should only run 1 because the magical 1 DP seems to be enough, but I find I need to use them to protect myself from big beaters since Flamvell doesn't have too much firepower. 3 Dark Bribes. You gotta be able to stop your opponent from negating your Assault Mode Activate or from using something like Solemn Judgment or Solemn Warning, because you gotta protect your Assault Mode at least long enough to get it on the field. 2 Bottomless, staple, great card. 2 Assault Mode Activates. I've tried 3 and I've tried 1, and 2 just seems to work better than anything else. I mean 3 I was drawing them pretty quick, but they were just clouding up my hand and getting in the way. Mirror Force, enough said. Skill Drain. Personal tech, but if I can activate it after I get Stardust Assault Mode on the field, then I don't have to worry about their monster effects, and because Assault Mode activates in the graveyard, it doesn't stop my Stardust Assault Mode either. And then Solemn Judgment, just another speaks for itself, staple, need it in almost any deck. Thing I like about this build is the win conditions. I mean, Flamvell Fire Dog pulls out Flamvell Magician pretty quick and easy. And then if you have, let's see here. You can either use these guys to sink out for Colossal. Let's see here. We have the Colossal OTK, which in order to do that, I'm thinking of taking out my 1 Mistworm for an Armory Arm. But with the right combination of these 3, you can get, and then the Fire Dog and Flamvell, Colossal with this would be an armory arm for the Colossal OTK. It also lets me pull out Formula Synchron, which, making this a Stardust, lets me sync out for my Shooting Star. Or if you add up the numbers differently, you have your Red Dragon Archfiend, and then when you sync out Red Dragon Archfiend and match up your numbers, you get Red Nova Dragon. So between the Colossal OTK, Shooting Star Dragon, Red Nova Dragon, and then of course the Stardust Assault mode, those are my win conditions. Rest of my Synchro deck is Canister, just because when you find yourself needing a level 5, obviously he's still the best. Bryanak, another staple. Goyo, a staple, always a good synchro. I didn't want to play with him at first, but Arcanite Magician has actually come in handy a couple of times, and just being able to blow up 2 of their cards right away really comes in handy. And this usually comes down to a win or lose situation where he's pulled through for me. Black Rose, I'm only running 1, but that's all I really need. And then Stardust, I showed you one of them earlier. I am running 3 Stardust right now. Let's see. Since it's Stardust Assault mode, and like I showed you, I've got the Shooting Star Dragon as well. And I believe the only thing I showed you Mistworm, but I'm thinking of taking him out for Armory Arm. Last but not least, Scrap Dragon. He's kind of like the Arcanite Magician. You find yourself in the right situation where you desperately need him. He's easy to pull out with the Magician and Fire Dog because he's a level 8, and of course his effect is amazing. So, that's it for the Flamvell Assault Mode deck. The side deck is still in progress, but when I get that finished, I'll have to put up another video or add it on. So, yeah, thanks for watching.
Adios.